Okay, so we're here at the Milton Velodrome with Craig Griffin, who's the women's
track endurance
coach. Thank you, Craig. And we just talked to the women, and they're soon going to be on their way to Rio. And very exciting day here. And just watching the whole process of evolution, Craig, it's just got to, make you feel good to see the results and just to see the team and the way things are coming together. Of course, everybody's talking about the junior results at the Worlds. It's hard not to.
That's exciting, yeah.
Oh, very exciting. But tell us a bit about your perspective on today and how things have got to this point.
Yeah, well, today was a dress rehearsal for us, and actually the last couple of days of just sort of going through what would be qualifying, and then the Olympic format and the Olympic program is unique in that there's a day between qualifying and then the first round. So Team Pursuit actually takes 3 days. It's a very unique situation in that we don't typically find ourselves with a rest day in between rides of Team Pursuits.
Yeah.
So we've just gone through that process of doing a mock qualifying ride,
sure.
Testing some different combinations of athletes, and then getting a few people in the stands and giving us the opportunity to ride in front of some people. The last time we did it was London at the World Championship. So and give the fans and the locals a chance to see some of their local heroes. But it's all about process. Today was about process. The last couple of days have been about process. Just getting our race day scenarios dialed in with a slightly different format that we have
Sure.
in Rio.
But just it's always nice to have a little bit of a sense of what you're going to be doing when it comes time to do it. So
for sure, and it's just to make sure that we've got our warm-up times and our arrival times at the track, and then it's the other thing is just a test to see where we are, from a physical standpoint.
Sure.
And see if training is moving us in the right direction, and seems to be looking that way, and things are looking good. But I expect everyone else is doing the same thing, and actually I know that a couple of days ago we heard that Australia, Great Britain, and the US have all done dress rehearsals as we are,
sure,
or have done. So it's nothing new to anyone, and it's just a part of the process of preparing your athletes physically and mentally for the
sure.
games.
Everybody wants the end result, the same end result that we want, and goes to the hoop to get it if they have to.
Yeah.
So when you look at the program and the evolution since the track went in, and we've talked about it being a game changer, and certainly everything we see speaks to that.
Yeah.
Is that
it's nice to have a place we can call home, and we have the infrastructure here. We have all our technology inside this building, and we use it every day, whether it's video analysis or chip timing, the recovery room, the weight room, the lab, the physiology lab, just the therapy room. We have all that infrastructure in place, and that makes a difference. I mean, it's sort of like having your a really nice workshop in your garage. You got all your tools there, and you can really, instead of trying to do it out the back of a car. So that's the difference for us. I mean, we've always been fortunate to be able to travel to Los Angeles and train, but now we can do it at home, and we can do it, sleeping in our own beds, and I think we're really fortunate in this instance is that we can prepare at our own velodrome right up until we leave to go to Rio. Some of the other countries are training elsewhere.
Yes.
So we feel fortunate that we can use, our technology, our people, our own velodrome. We're only a 10-hour flight away and a 1-hour time zone change, so it's actually pretty optimal for us.
Absolutely. And I said the same to the girls. I remember the days it was LA.
Yeah.
That was the only option you had.
Yeah.
And so it's gratifying to hear that's, I'm sure, for everybody to see it there, to see that it's available, and of course
Yeah, and I think what's important is you get consistency and continuity.
Yeah.
And those things go hand in hand, and that's how you are able to build a system. And when you're bouncing around all over the place and chasing your tail a little bit, you can't build a system that's going to deliver repeatable results, or build athletes on a continuous basis. So, and we're starting to see that, as you said, with the juniors. We had some good results at Junior Worlds, and I think it's just the tip of the iceberg of what's to come when we get more programming in place. We our base of operations is only going to grow our base of track cycling.
Yeah, and you're part of that whole new infrastructure. Just talking to people about
Yeah, it's nice.
You know,
It's nice to be a part of it because there's a lot of momentum here, you know, and we feel there's a lot of energy, and we're getting great support, and you know, everyone feels very fortunate that, and we're growing, you know, at a faster rate than our support. So, you know, we're always needing more staff, needing more resources, and it's always going to be a catch up. But you know, there's a bit of a lag, but we're managing it.
Well, it's so great to see, and to see the results that the women's team pursuit has put in over the last few years. It's just so amazing, and it's filtering down to the other athletes. I mean, it's some very surprise medals from Annie Foreman-McKay and Steph Ruda, and you know, now the juniors, and so it's affirmation that the athletes are believing, and you know, you have the training and the infrastructure to help get them there. So when do you guys actually leave for Rio?
We leave on August 3rd and fly overnight, get there on the 4th, and then we'll start training, pick training back up on the 5th.
Right.
So we'll have about 5 days on the track before we compete. Which I think is just about right. It can, you know, the track will be a little bit different in Rio. It's a little bit tighter than this one. This track's a little bit rounder, but it's very similar to what we have trained on in LA. So we should readapt to that shape of a track quite well.
And 5 days is enough time.
Yeah, we've spent so much time in LA. We spend more time in LA than we have on this track. So for sure we'll adapt okay. Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what happens, and of course, everything to date so far has been great. And congratulations on everything, Craig. And
well, thanks. We got a good bunch. And,
and you know, there's a really good team behind the team, which is very important to help everybody get to perform on race day. So.
Yeah, and regardless of results, you know, we're just gonna go out there and do our best. And you know, there's 4 other really good teams out there, and 4 other really good programs. And I have a lot of respect for what the other teams are doing and what they're going to bring. And you know, we're going to see performances from everyone that we've never seen before. And but that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
So it's again, regardless of the results, we're just going to go out there and ride as fast as we can, and hopefully it's good enough to get to the podium.
There you go, break a leg, as they say.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you guys on the track in Rio, and all the best going forward.
Thanks.